What is up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of Comfortable Nerds. Spidey in the left corner, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? As you know, Spidey, aka Spidey Collects, both on Instagram and TikTok. Glad to be here. Super excited.
We're gonna just jump right into it today. I brought Spidey over here because if you follow him on TikTok, you know he is a Spider-Man wizard. He knows everything you gotta know, everything you wanna know, and he's the guy you want to talk to. Why is Spider-Man your favorite character? What is it about him that you draw so near to him?
Ever since I was a kid, like as far back as I can remember, I've just been the Spider-Man fanatic. I probably was Spider-Man for Halloween growing up like 8 years in a row, but all different suits. They all had to be different
Yeah,
suits,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But it's just something about the character just gives me so much joy. And I could see him anywhere. Like I could be walking through a store and I'll see something Spider-Man and like my eyes will light up. I think it's just half of it is his relatability, just
For
a
sure,
high
for
school
sure.
student who doesn't really fit in, but in the back of his mind, he wonders why he can't fit in. And that's kind of just his whole persona, at least when you meet him. But then when he puts on the mask, he becomes a totally different person. He becomes lighthearted, energetic. He becomes a yapper. He rage baits. Like
Exactly,
he's always
exactly.
that's why he's always been my favorite, just because he could totally switch it up just by putting on the mask.
He's a very relatable character because you forget that he's a nerd. You completely forget he's a nerd, and that's the aspect about him that you love because I feel like us being in the comic books and superheroes, we're considered nerds.
For
And
sure.
trying to talk to somebody who isn't really up on game with it, you could relate to Spider-Man in that aspect because you get moments where you could test your ball knowledge and you could
Definitely.
talk to people about things that they might not know before they decide to tune you out because you're talking too much or something like that. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I
And
feel
even the people in the Marvel universe be forgetting he's a nerd. Like when he has interactions with the Avengers or Fantastic Four, they're always like, "Oh crap!" Like he
yeah,
knows his
yeah.
stuff.
You forget that he's not just quippy. I guess I should say quippy. And I love the fact that he's not scared to admit when he's scared.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
I forget what comic book I was reading, but he was even admitting like, "Nah, dude, like I talk so much because I'll be freaking out in these encounters." So it's super dope. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man did it for me.
hmm
After I watched that, I was like, yeah, this is it. Do you prefer out of three Spider-Man movie with Tobey in it?
Which movie's my favorite?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel
I
like I
gotta go with Spider-Man 2. I feel like it's one of the greatest comic book movies of all time.
like you're watching it and it looks like you're watching a comic book on
For
TV.
sure.
Like,
Like,
bro, that fight with the on the building with the clock with Dr. Octopus, bro,
dude,
it don't get no better than that.
in like the transitions, like from him saving Aunt May
Yes,
to
bro.
him pulling him down and they have the train sequence. And then, he stops the train and then we get that scene with New York City, defending him on the train. We get some Joey Diaz action
Bro, yeah, bro.
and then they lift him up and then they see his identity and
Nobody rats him
yeah,
out. Like that is so, bro. That was
love that
such
scene.
a peak scene right there because for everybody who does not like Spider-Man New York because of J. Jonah Jameson,
Mhm.
there's three times people that love him. And that is such a unique thing to have in a comic book because even with X-Men, it's kind of like everybody just hates mutants.
For sure.
Like, but Spider-Man is like, you can hate him, but like he does no, like he doesn't do nothing but good, bro. He does
Yeah.
not do anything but good. Now he did have some moments with Black Suit where he was tripping a little bit, but
It's a bit,
just a bit. I need
finger
to
guns
read
and all.
yeah, yeah. I need to read Craven's Last Hunt. You were talking a
You
little bit
haven't
about
read that
that,
yet?
dude. Nah, tell me about it. Tell me. Don't spoil it,
I'm
but
not
tell
gonna
me about it.
spoil, but dude, like I think might be saying his name wrong. It's like Demititis or Dematis. I'm not sure what's the correct pronunciation, but I believe him and J. Michael Straczynski have the greatest internal dialogue for any Spider-Man story. You get great stuff from Craven, Peter Parker, and Mary Jane. Probably not like the base premise of the
Yeah,
story, right?
yeah,
He
yeah.
gets buried alive and all that. But while Peter's gone, we get a ton of stuff of MJ and how she's affected during this whole thing.
Okay.
And they've been married for a couple years. Their relationship's going strong, and then Peter just disappears for weeks, and she has no clue what's going on. But no, Craven's Last Hunt, beautifully written story. We get a villain who actually has some depth. I feel like Craven's Last Hunt was one of the first stories where we actually care for the villain, even
Yeah,
though he's
for
doing
sure.
some messed up stuff. We want to see him. You know, it's the ending's sad. The
Yeah,
ending's
yeah,
messed
yeah,
up.
yeah. Okay, okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. Because I need to, dude, I haven't been to my LCS in like 2 weeks. I need to go
Damn.
today. My girlfriend, she called in to pick up a shift from work. So I was like, oh, say less. I'm heading to the LCS immediately. What you were saying about the internal dialogue, man, that's very important for Spider-Man characters because Spider-Man talks to himself a lot.
Oh
Because,
yeah.
I mean, all he's doing is swinging through New York. Miles Morales does too. Ziggler's run, I think, I don't know what issue it was, but we end up finding out that Miles has a therapist, and I thought that was super dope. I thought that was really dope. You don't,
You
like,
don't
you
see
get a
that
Spider-Man.
often.
Yeah, bro, you get a yeah, like, you get a Spider-Man who could kinda, like, talk to somebody who knows he's Spider-Man. He doesn't have to, like, hide it or need somebody to understand it to be able
Yeah.
to talk to him about it. Because even in, Ultimate Spider-Man, man, bro, I did not like Mary Jane in that at all,
Dude,
bro. I
I
don't
think
like her.
I think it's just I heard this online before. I think it was Comic Nuts who said it. Bendis doesn't do the best job at writing women characters. Like Gwen is like eh,
Yeah, yeah.
and Mary, like you said, Mary Jane's pretty annoying. I'm not gonna lie in
Dude,
that run.
bro, it's just like, how are you he tells you he's Spider-Man. You love it. Then he start doing Spider-Man stuff and you ask
And yeah,
now you're complaining about it.
then she's tweaking out about
Yeah,
it.
bro, like and then Gwen over here is just I get it. I understand. I get Gwen's whole like, her mom's not there. I get it.
Mhm.
But man, dog. And then you got Eddie, my boy Eddie.
Eddie
Yo,
was trying to get in there.
Eddie, you're crazy, bro. I was like,
He was in
yo,
college,
Brian.
right?
Yeah, he's in college.
Yeah.
Brian, what are you doing, bro? But I will say that still, with all that being said, that's definitely like top 5 Spider-Man story.
Ultimate Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I read the first omnibus and then I have the second omnibus all in single issues. So
Well, that's actually really valid.
I don't know if you know the way I get my comic books, but basically I go through a private party. I don't go through my LCS and I order all my comic books through him. And then every 2 weeks he drops them off at work for me.
Sweet.
So yeah, bro, I was telling him that I was trying to get Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus 2. And he was like, I have them all in singles if you want them. I was like, say less, dog. So he
That's
sold it.
honestly the better route.
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't know if
Sold
you've
them to me.
seen that second omnibus, dude, is one of the most expensive omnis like I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
recently.
All day, bro. I for a minute, bro, I just really, really, really wanted to read the story. And
Yeah.
I contemplated it and the least that I seen it going for was like $300. And I was like, ah. I was like, I don't think I can't
Dude,
justify that.
there's no justification
I
to get me to
can't,
spend the
bro.
$300 on an omni, dude.
And the thing about it was previously listed for 400. So I was like, bro, this is just a horrible investment. Like somebody bought this omnibus for like 4 or $500 and now
People
they're
are
trying to flip
taxing.
it. Yeah, yeah. So I was like, you know what? We're just not gonna
Well,
go there.
I've been seeing so many complaints and just, cries for them to reprint this omni. And
It
I
has to be coming out
know
soon.
Yeah, there has to be, and I know there's a couple, like, YouTubers and some people who work, like, directly with Marvel who review I'm not sure what their name is on YouTube, but they review omnibuses, and they're in direct talks with Marvel and DC, and they always ask for what's, like, the most out-of-print omnibuses you guys wanna see reprinted. I would
Okay.
imagine that
Yeah,
Ultimate
it has
Spider-Man
to
would
be
be
on
out.
there, bro. I see people asking about that all the time. But like, bro, people ask about it, but I feel like when it comes to omnibus, people try to get the like all of the volumes before they start reading it. And that's how it just gets out of hand. And now you just got a bunch of omnibus sitting on the shelf that you haven't read.
For sure.
I if I see somebody trying to get into them, I always suggest just
Oh, yeah.
buy them one at a time. Or if you, unless you like 100% know, like I'm going to like for real dive into this, then that's something different. But there's just so many different heroes out there. Do you have any omnibus?
I have one omnibus, and that's the Ultimate Spider-Man.
That's it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Who who else are you trying to get into as far because we're talking about omnibus, so you gotta have an omnibus that you're like, all right, if I'm gonna get into a hero, I'm gonna get this omnibus.
Yeah, so actually, my girlfriend was telling me because one of her friends, boyfriends, said he really messed with my content. He's a big Spider-Man fan, but he wants to
How's
see me
up?
talk about other characters. And I'm like, do you think because I kind of got into the Spider-Man niche thing just because I'm obviously a huge fan, but I kind of wanted to do something different than everyone else was doing. You know what I mean? It's like I like being in this comic talk space, but I feel like I see a lot of the same things over and over again, which is why I do really enjoy your content because, you've
I
been really
appreciate that.
experimenting with everything. I've been really messing with the stuff recently. But I think my top 3 definitely gotta be Moon Knight,
Mm.
Daredevil, or Nerdy's really been wanting me to get into Green Lantern,
Bro,
so
nerdy, yeah, bro. He has a way of persuasion. He has a
yeah,
way of persuasion, bro, because I definitely have Jeff Johns' Green Lantern behind me right now. And I ordered it last month and it came in and I was that's one time where I will say just buy the omnibus because volume 1 was sold out. It wasn't and it wasn't being reprinted at all.
okay.
And they reprinted it out of the blue and it was on I think I got it off Panel Bounds. I got it off Panel Bounds for like $70.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, bro. I was like, dude, I have to get this. They just reprinted it. I would be silly not to get this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they still have it on there or not, but
I know they had
to
some Black Friday sales, and then it goes from like 70 to 120 bucks on Amazon like
yeah,
every week.
yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say pick that up because whenever they stop printing those again, I don't know when they're gonna start printing them back up.
For sure.
Daredevil though, yeah, bro, I have the middle and the end of Chip Zdarsky's run, and I know the omnibus has the beginning, but I'm like, bro, I can't justify buying a full omnibus if I already have the majority of the story. So I'm like, do they
That's
have them in
fair.
trades? I don't know if they have them in trade paperback. I'll pick the trades
But
up.
yeah, they got them in trades. I got most of them over here.
Okay,
What do you mean by
Daredevil.
the middle?
From what I have, I looked it up. There was prior writing to it, and I don't know if Zdarsky was on it or
Okay.
not. I just know that there's prior knowledge to the story. So
Yeah.
whatever prior knowledge there is, whatever context there is, I know it's in the omnibus, and I just need that prior context.
So I think that Omni's pretty cheap. I know the first one is.
Yeah, it's not a thick book. It's not
I
like a
think it's like 30
compendium.
issues at
Yeah,
most.
yeah, 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 yeah. You could clear 30 issues pretty quick.
But volume 2 of Zdarsky is something I'm trying to track down because they got Devil's Reign, which is an event that
Yeah, I have all
surrounds
of
all that
those. So
stuff.
that's what I have. I have Zdarsky's Daredevil run, and then I have the whole Devil's Reign.
Okay, and then there's like technically a volume 2 of Zdarsky's run where it's technically named Daredevil and Elektra.
Okay. And Daredevil, and she becomes Daredevil, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, okay.
I've really been messing with that. I've just been waiting because I got technically all 30 issues in trades,
Mm,
and then the second Omni is everything else from the story, so until I could find the Omni, I'm just gonna hold that story off,
yeah,
but
for
the
sure.
second Omni is out of print, so
Bro,
yeah.
when you find a story that you want to read and you do your research and you're like, oh, okay, cool, this is all I need. You go and you try to get it and you're like sold out.
Dude,
Or you see the price, the aftermarket price,
yeah.
and you're like, ah, I might not ever read this story.
That's how I am with Moon Knight right now.
Yeah, bro. Moon Knight is super dope. I like Moon Knight. I still don't know much about him, but when his series came out and I watched it, I was like, "Oh, Moon Knight's hard." Moon Knight is a super dope slept on character. His personalities are like I like characters that are relatable. If I can relate to a character, then it's just up for there from there. That's how you get people to expand their comic book knowledge and get into other things that they want to read.
For sure.
But what about Moon Knight and Daredevil just made you want to get it? Is it because they're just I don't want to say street tier, you know,
No, that's fair
superheroes?
to say. I mostly read or I mostly enjoy street tier characters. I know this might be a hot take, but I don't really find myself enjoying reading characters like Superman, where they're super strong, and in my head, they could really defeat any situation that they're in. I know he has internal struggles and all of that, but you know what I mean. I like characters who are somewhat relatable, that they're just a normal dude who gets some powers,
Yeah,
not anything
bro.
crazy.
I agree with you. I agree with you because I started reading I would read like Superman stories, but I
Mhm,
wouldn't just like collect Superman.
for
The
sure.
only reason why I'm doing it now is because of the DCKO event and everything that's just been going on. So I could definitely relate with you on that. I feel like street tier superheroes, it's like, bro, if you live in a city and you're walking around the city and the vibes are just right. The city lights are just buzzing.
Yeah.
The ending to Spider-Man when he was on the building and Tom Holland Spider-Man,
Mhm.
bro, that was
Peak
like, bro,
cinematic.
peak, bro, peak. He's swinging through it. The Christmas tree was, bro.
Oh,
And then I
dude.
remember everybody was like, wait, that's the Christmas tree that was just in Hawkeye
Hawk
with Kate, bro. That what I wanted to move to New York.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to go. I was like, dude, this is
I wanna be there.
yeah, bro. I just want to be there. I just want to be
Yeah.
there.
It's like I that's kind of why I lean towards Marvel a lot more. I used to say it's because the MCU obviously paved a great way into how I enjoy those characters over DC, but Marvel's just got the street tier figured out. I really
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know much about what's going on with DC street tier outside of the Bat family.
yeah, yeah, and even then, it's like, is this really street tier?
Yeah.
Is this really street tier?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
they definitely be going through some like Ra's al Ghul, bro. Like that's not street tier.
Not street tier anymore.
Not street tier at all.
I
At all.
I like barely consider Batman street tier. Same thing could
Yeah,
be said with Spider-Man though.
yeah, yeah. Because Spider-Man, he's definitely had, I mean, Secret Wars, Venom, like the symbiote, all of that. But that's more story building purposes. Because I don't think you'll get, well, I got, you did just say Spider-Man's in space right now, isn't he, or
Yep.
something like that?
Yep.
Like, bro, how did that? I'm gonna read it, but you could spoil it if you need to. How, bro? How does
Okay.
Spider-Man end up in space?
So long story short, they just had like the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man event,
Yeah, I read
which
that.
is where like Doctor Doom chose him as like his, I guess, entity to fight off all these other. I didn't read 8 Deaths, but this is just what I know. So like he's like the chosen entity to fight off all these creatures, and he has 8 different lives to succeed. And that really like apparently pushes his boundaries of just who he is as a character, who he is as Spider-Man. So he defeats them. Then he comes back to New York, and then we start with Joe Kelly's run. And there's this new villain called Hellgate, and he's
Okay.
from all that mythical stuff. And basically, Hellgate kicks the crap out of Peter. I don't know if you've read the Coming Home stuff by J. Michael
I
Straczynski, where he
haven't.
fights Morlun.
Yeah, I need to read
That
that. I
that's a
need the omnibus.
crazy story. It's basically like that Morlun fight where like they're fighting all across New York for like multiple hours, and Hellgate's just kicking the crap out of them. So Hellgate basically beats Spider-Man till he's unconscious, and he he wakes up in space, and he's stranded on this planet, not knowing where he is, fighting for survival. And the only thing he could think in his head is that he needs to get stronger until he could return back to Earth. So I think this guy is involved with the Guardians of the Galaxy. His name's like Xanto Starblood. So he picks him up, and they train, and they build like scientific machines together. But like I said, Peter doesn't want to return to Earth until he knows he's as strong as he possibly can. And he got that new suit, which technically did just get downgraded because it's like an alien. And the alien is now alive, and he just gave him a portion of the suit, but
So is it like another symbiote?
it's technically like the scarab, I guess,
Okay, okay,
is
okay,
like the
okay,
best way
okay.
to describe it.
All right, all right. Oh, so that's where he got like all the freaking things on his arm, like the
Yeah,
circles and stuff on his side. Okay,
like he could, if he thinks of something, it could, attack
okay.
him with it.
And Kelly's writing Spider-Man right now, right?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Oh, all right. I mean,
It's
I'm gonna
tough.
read it. Yeah, I'm gonna read it, but like, I just don't understand the like Spider-Man being in space. I don't get that.
Yeah, I get
The-
that.
Maybe they're just trying to go. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to go a different route. What's next for Peter and Miles, bro? Because at
Hey,
this,
dude.
bro, at this point, like Miles is growing up,
Mhm.
Peter's getting older, and we don't like canonly. I don't know how they're in the same. They're in the same universe, right? Like we're
Yeah,
still. See, like I'm completely confused on that. I
I
don't know what's next with Miles and Peter, bro. Like, do you have any like maybe they're going this way about it?
I mean, like you said, Miles is getting older. He's starting to have his own responsibilities. Peter, though, I'll always be a diehard Peter fan, but the way they're taking it now, I see him returning to Earth. I see him probably having to settle with Tombstone because while Peter's in space, Norman Osborn is wearing the mask and he's acting as Spider-Man, but just Spider-Man.
Bro, what?
Yeah, you didn't hear anything about that?
No, bro.
No, so yeah, Norman Osborn. If you didn't read, well, I'd imagine you didn't read Zeb Wells stuff because it's god awful. But long story short, Green Goblin's like Norman Osborn's a good guy, and he's trying to atone for his mistakes in the past, and he's working with Peter Parker, and they kind of have a mutual trust. But like in the back of Peter's mind, he knows what Norman's done in the past. Um, yeah, Norman's trying to be a good guy. So while Peter's gone, he's like taking over the mantle because like he wants to uphold the standard of Spider-Man for the rest of New York, and he just feels like it's his duty and that Peter would want this for someone else to take over the mantle if he was gone. So while Norman's doing that, Ben Riley has stolen Peter Parker's identity and he's doing all of his work stuff. So while Norman's being Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
Ben
and Ben
Riley's
Riley's
being
being
Peter.
people.
So it's a lot,
Bro,
and I
where did
totally understand why people don't wanna get into this stuff, but, you know,
I don't you know what gives me hope? You know
what is
what
it?
gives me like I'm finna just bite the bullet and just start reading this stuff just so I know.
Mhm.
Is the fact that Bendis is coming back to Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
That's what's getting me like I need to read it just so I understand the context and what's happening. Because I'm sure I don't think it's too far-fetched to say that he's probably gonna be writing some Spider-Man.
For sure. Do you
He's
think he'd be
like
writing Miles or Peter?
I wanna say Miles, but the thing about Miles is he's not in the situation that Peter is in as far as writing right now. Peter needs to be fixed. He needs
For
to
sure.
be rewritten. Ziegler did a good job with
Oh,
Miles.
yeah.
He did.
100%.
Dude, his story is dope. I like it a lot. When I read it, it's like it's different, but it's not Zeb Wells or
It
Kelly
feels like
different. Like
a modern comic book.
exact yes, bro. That's the perfect way to describe it. That's the perfect
Like,
way to describe it.
he's great at keeping Miles's personality, like, Gen Z-like, and, like,
Exactly.
even, like, his dialogue, he
Bro,
be
his
saying
dialogue
stuff.
is so bro, his dialogue is so dope, bro.
And, like, callbacks to, like, anime characters or,
Yes, bro.
just
Yes.
him saying some stuff that we be saying, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
dog.
That's why I
It's
enjoy Ziggler stuff.
yeah, Ziegler, he knew what he was doing with Miles. I'm glad that they took that route of him writing for Miles. A lot of people were hating on was it Ultimate Spider-Verse Endgame? Ultimate what?
Ultimate Incursion?
Yeah, Ultimate Incursion. A lot of
Yeah.
people were hating on that, bro. I didn't how do you feel about it?
So, I think the first and the last issues were the best.
Okay, I'll give you that for sure. I'll
The
give you
last
that
issue
for
was
sure.
really, really good. Have you read it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm all
Yeah,
caught up.
so
You could talk
all
about it.
that stuff with the Ultimates coming in and the Origin boxes, that was all interesting, but everything in the middle kinda just felt like fluff, like, Miles would get so close to getting Billy, and then some stupid thing would happen, she would fall through a portal, and then she's gone. Like
Teleport. You're like, bro, this is a freaking 1-year-old baby.
yeah,
Ain't no way is this hard to catch a 1-year-old baby. Dude, if she's going through portals, like, dog, I could get that because at that point it becomes kind of like just a lot of jumping around. But when it came to an end, I was like, okay, this is dope.
yep, and then all those Origin boxes are supposed to set up this the new a new event with, Armageddon. I don't know if you've heard
I
anything about that
have,
with Chip Zdarsky.
bro. I had, bro. Bendis and Chip Zdarsky at Marvel is. I'm
Crazy
pretty
word.
hyped, bro.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hyped. Like DCKO hyped. Like I'm like, bro. I don't know how this could go wrong.
I This is probably gonna be the first event. I've been collecting comic books, like, seriously since April, and my guess is that this is gonna be the first event that I'm, like, all in on. Imperial was coming out in the summer. I wasn't getting all the tie-ins. I didn't even finish Imperial. CKO, I am enjoying so far, but I as a college kid right now, I can't afford to be picking up 4 or 5 more books every week, not knowing if I'll even enjoy them.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
There's a lot of tie-ins for KO. Armageddon, I will be getting everything for. People are saying it's a reboot of Marvel potentially.
But yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, bro, DCKO between DCKO and the Ultimate Universe, that's you kind of got to pick your poison, bro. You got to
For sure.
pick what you're actually going to sit down and enjoy, especially with X-Men Revelations going on right now, bro.
Yeah.
You there's no way. Comic books are $6 a pop right now.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting the full story. You just can't. And if I could give anybody advice, I would definitely say know what you like. Know your artist, know your writers. And
Definitely.
that will narrow it down to okay, I'm gonna get this just because so and so is writing it. It just makes more sense because I know I don't know if I will like it, but I have a pretty good idea I'm gonna like this.
Definitely.
X-Men Revelations, honestly, they were kind of tripping. I'm not gonna lie.
But they have like 10 different books.
Bro, yes. Yes,
Like,
they got 10 different books. You got Sabretooth, Laura Kinney.
oh yeah. And then
Like
there's like Undead Pool,
yeah,
The
I was like,
Last
bro,
Wolverine,
the Spider-Man joint,
Radioactive
like
Spider-Man, bro. That
yeah. And I get it. I guess the plot of the story is that there's this X gene that got released into the atmosphere.
Mhm.
So if you weren't a mutant, you are a mutant now, and if you already had powers prior to the X gene, then you're just like your powers just mutated. So that's why he has like 6 arms and stuff now.
Yeah.
But
Dude, I was reading that and I'm like, it's not bad. I was just like, why?
yeah,
You know?
yeah, bro, I need to know why when you're doing big changes like this, I need to know where the inspiration came from because if it's not necessary, why do it?
Yeah,
If it's just a bunch of stuff that you're throwing at a wall and seeing what sticks. Because there are stories in Revelations that you have to read to understand what's going on.
for
And then
sure.
there's stories that are just side stories. Even with Ultimate X-Men, not a lot of people are reading that because it's kind of just like it's like a
It's just
filler
there.
run. Yeah, it's just a filler run. The only relevance that I seen it had was in Spider-Man Incursion, and it was only 2 characters, and they were there for maybe 2 issues, and they weren't even that like important.
You
So
read do you read Ultimate Black Panther?
I did, bro. I made a little like a little clip of me talking about it the other day and posted it. I was reading it, bro, and it's cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. I want to get past the whole love triangle between Okoye and Killmonger and Storm and Black
Okay.
Panther. They started to focus more on that and got away from the plot with the vibranium and everything.
Yeah. That can be said for a lot of the Ultimate books. People say that about Ultimate Wolverine, how he
Yeah.
was the Winter Soldier for only 6 issues.
Yeah, bro.
And then Ultimate Spider-Man, people saying that there's not enough Spider-Man stuff in there recently, that they're building up this universe that's just gonna be torn down in a couple months. We got 2 issues left of that, and I
Yeah,
don't know where the hell they're gonna take it.
bro. It could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing because we also we forgot to talk about Philip Kennedy Johnson going coming to Marvel too.
But yeah.
Bro, we have for what it's worth, bro, it looks like Marvel is going in the right direction.
Mhm.
It really does. You got Bendis, you got Philip Kennedy Johnson, and who else were we talking about? Zdarsky. I don't understand how you could go. If they come out and say Dan Moore is moving to Marvel, bro, like
Dude,
hey, bro, I'm fully involved. DC, you gotta get put on the back burner. I'm
at this
sorry.
point, well, I think I heard something that Dan Moore was taking a break next year.
What?
Yeah, cause you know how he's on, like, multiple books a week?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't understand. Like, Dan Mora, I feel bad for Dan Mora's family, dude. He's probably in his room drawing stuff all day long,
all
like
day, bro. Cause
Transformers, multiple
yeah,
DC titles,
yeah,
variant covers. Like,
yeah, bro.
I don't get it, dude.
I don't even his hand, bro, his wrist is probably swole.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
bro, he got muscle fingers, dog. Cause ain't no way, dude. Cause even when I'm looking at the FOC, I'm like, dude, I'm like, Dan Mora. Oh, that's cool. Dan
Dan
Mora.
Mora. Dan
Dan
Mora.
Mora. Dan Mora.
Oh, like that this past week, he had, like, 5 covers.
Yeah, dude. And I sometimes I'd be sitting there and I'm like, dude, there's no way. These are drawings. These aren't sketches.
Yeah.
How many times is he just like, is he doing this in one sitting? Like that's from the, I don't know, bro. Like, can you just draw like that? Put a piece of paper down on your desk and just be like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna draw Superman holding kryptonite, but I'm just gonna do it like this and just draw it and be done.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be you man, dude. And I've been seeing other artists take inspiration from Dan Mora recently. He's on a generational run right now.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
for sure, bro. You're not gonna be able to talk about comic books in 5 to 10 years without mentioning Dan Mora's name.
Oh, agree. He's, I think he'll definitely be up there. Like you said, in 5 to 10 years, he'll definitely be up there with the GOATs that people talk about a lot.
What was I watching the other day that reminded me of Dan Mora? I don't even remember what it was, but my girlfriend, she turned on. I want to give her a round of applause right now. I was in this room. She was in the living room and she turned on Spider-Man by herself and just started watching it by herself, bro. I was like, bro, I didn't even question it. I didn't ask her what she was doing. I walked in there, looked, I said, "Oh, she's watching Peak. I'll go ahead and just go back in here. I'll just leave her alone, let her consume that."
Let her consume some
Bro, but
pee.
I need to bro, we were talking about Spider-Man 2. We need to talk about TASM 2.
Dude,
I'm not sure I'm not sure if she's seen that yet, bro, and that's like bro, some people hate on that movie, like, some people really don't like that movie.
so I mentioned this in my lives a lot because I've had, like, a couple, like, prompts just saying, "Who's your favorite, Toby, Andrew, or Tom?" And I am a day one Andrew defender. Those
You
are
have to be, bro.
those are the first movies I saw in theaters as a kid, and story aside, the visuals in those movies are, like, some of the best visuals in any superhero movie,
Bro,
period.
when he was swinging trying to catch Electro, I was like, how can you hate on that type of cinematography, bro?
I don't know.
Like, I'm watching it, and I'm not even like, "Yo, that's dope." I'm like, "This is beautiful."
Yeah.
Like, this is like, do you see how pretty this is? Like, golly, bro.
And I think the only thing is half of it's the ending, half of it like, the story is a little all over the place, don't get me wrong. I think the only reason why people think that way is because all of his parents' stuff, people aren't used to his parents being involved in the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
You really gotta get deep in the Spider-Man mythos to
To
get all that
understand
parent
his trauma,
stuff.
because there's plenty of different stories where they talk about his parents.
Yeah. It's, but not. I would imagine you've seen it. People are becoming much more of TASM fans after No Way Home came out.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because they're like, "Do you think we'll ever get a TASM 3?" I'll be like, "No,
Because
because
you guys, yeah, you messed it
you
up.
guys hated this
Like,
movie when
yeah,
it came
bro.
out."
And bro,
And
after TASM 2, you go home and you do your little research, what's next, and like MJ might be coming. I'm start,
Miles,
but like I'm thinking Mile. I'm like, bro, this is how they're gonna do it, and then he just nothing,
nothing.
nothing, and then he comes in Brand New Day, and it's like, wait, what? That was Brand New Day, right?
No, No Way Home.
No Way Home, No Way Home. When they had all three of them in No Way Home, it was like man, you guys messed it up, bro.
Yeah,
The
and
fan,
he stood out. He he stood out. I feel like he, at least in the scenes he was with Toby and Tom, he outperformed them both.
yeah, all the way through, all the way through, like no question, no doubt. I feel like they know that.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh
they
yeah.
know that.
Like
I'm
we
not,
messed up.
yeah, like, and I'm not a Tom Holland Spider-Man hater at all. I like him as Spider-Man, but I don't favor him as Spider-Man. I definitely feel like I don't know. I get it. They were trying to go for the, high school Spider-Man, still a kid, but now you put yourself in a predicament where you pick somebody who looked like super young, but
Now he's
now he's supposed to be, grown, and
yeah.
he's over here. What is he, 5'9", 5'7"? He might be shorter.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
he's
is
some
6'1", bro. Like,
is he?
bro, Spider-Man is tall. I'm pretty sure. Let's look it up. Let's look it up.
Bro, I thought he was like 5'11",
Let's see. Spider-Man.
but he's technically
He's 5'10". He's 5'10". He's
okay.
5'10". He's 5'10". I should have never even questioned you. You got infinite Spidey knowledge, bro. I should never even question you. I'm sorry for the disrespect.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. Don't let it happen again. No, okay.
Tom Holland, bro. What do you think about him?
When I went back and watched all the movies, like I understand people love Homecoming. I hate the first hour and a half of Homecoming. I think some of the best some of the best Tom Holland stuff is in the last 30 minutes of Homecoming, where he has his own suit. He's trapped under the rubble. Then we get some classic Stan Lee, Steve Ditko callbacks when he's lifting the rubble,
Yep.
and he has to fight Vulture on his own wits. I think that's where you see
No,
him at his
bro. He has to
best.
use his old suit, his old webs. Like,
Yep,
that was comic accurate. Or even in gosh, even when he stopped the bus and Tony Stark was showing him like the film of it,
but yeah,
that stuff I really enjoyed. I talked to my dad about this too because my dad he doesn't know anything about Miles Morales, bro. Miles, they definitely robbed Miles of his origin story a little bit. I feel
for
because
sure.
even with Ned, bro, like we all know where Ned is supposed to be right now, bro.
Yeah,
This is not like like when I seen Ned, that threw me off, bro. It really did. I didn't really like that. I didn't like
yeah.
that because Miles, like now what, how are you gonna go with Miles, bro? Like what origin story are you gonna have with Miles now? Are you gonna give him like is there gonna be another Ned in an ultimate the
Or
ultimate?
maybe it's Harry
Yeah,
instead for
bro. Like
Miles.
you feel me?
Yeah.
I don't even like the way they did Eddie, like Eddie Brock, bro. I wasn't a fan of him. Does he bully Peter? It's more or less like bullying, and it's more so like a
Oh,
jealous.
Flash Thompson,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Flash, I'm saying Eddie.
dude. That's a terrible cast. I don't
That's
I
a
don't know.
horrible cat. Flash was a horrible casting for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and I will not hide that. I'm not gonna
Oh,
act
dude,
like everybody knows that. I don't know one person who's like,
that guy that guy apparently is supposed to go to war, lose his legs, and become Agent Venom. I don't see that
I don't
ever,
see that happening, bro. Like
ever.
if it does happen, bro, like the character development and like this dude's gonna have to be in the gym.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if that's happening, he better be in the gym
You
as
better
we're like, bro,
lock
as
that
we're
one in.
recording this. I want him on the bitch with 225 on his chest, like straight up, bro. Because I don't, I just I don't see it happening at all. Did you see who might potentially be MJ or like Peter's daughter? I forget
No, I
her
didn't.
name. It's the girl, the redheaded girl on Stranger Things who played the
Well,
dude's little sister.
so
I
I
think that's
heard
her.
so she has a role in Brand New Day and in Secret Wars. I saw something the other day that she's supposed to play some shape-shifting character or
Shape
something,
shifting.
but her role in that movie is totally up in the air. Like, it
Okay.
was MJ at first, then it's
Yeah, bro.
Peter's
I saw, and then it
daughter,
was Peter's daughter.
and
So
then,
I don't know what they're doing with that right now.
and then she said something online, like, she gave a statement that, like, actors could have different hair colors for their character, not just because since she has red hair, doesn't automatically assume that she's gonna be a redheaded character is what she said. So, I don't
Oh,
know where they're gonna take that,
see, that's
but
where like, bro, I don't agree with that.
yeah,
I don't agree with that, bro. You don't just cast characters because like they don't like I don't know. I don't know. You don't cast characters
that don't
and be
look
like
like the
that
source
don't
material.
look like the social source material, bro. You don't like this because now you have people like what if somebody goes and watches a movie? Let's say somebody watches Spider-Man or Spider-Man has when Spider-Man had blonde hair and Miles Morales for
Yeah,
people who
everyone was
don't
mad confused at first. They're like,
bro,
"What's up?"
yeah, now if people wanna go read the comic book, you got kids who think Peter Parker's a blonde-headed dude with blue eyes. Yeah, bro, it
Go
just
read Ben Riley, bro.
yeah, bro, go read Ben Riley, dog, go read Ben Riley. So I don't know, do you feel like, for Brand New Day, people have to read because you know they have a Brand New Day omnibus? Do
Yeah.
you feel like that might be necessary to pick up?
I gotta see a trailer first. If we see characters like Mr. Negative or something like that play a role in that movie, I would say maybe, just
Okay.
because Mr. Negative's pretty big in a Brand New Day, but the writers who are on Brand New Day, they wanted a lighthearted but serious Spider-Man story where they're just throwing out villains. They're
Okay.
just new villains left and right and just trying new things. That's kind of the whole point of Brand New Day, just because what they had before with One More Day, almost irreversible damage to the
Yeah, yeah,
character.
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's necessary. If you want to, go ahead, but you're not going to be missing anything if you don't.
Alright, alright. Yeah, bro, these trailers I think trailers are supposed to be dropping this month. It's the 1st, so
Okay.
we get Doomsday trailer. I think Doomsday trailer drops on the 16th, bro.
Ooh, dude. I'm nervous for Doomsday.
I'm
Not
super nervous because
gonna
aren't
lie.
they after these next 2 Avengers, like, they're redoing
Should be
everything,
another
right?
reboot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're rebooting everything, bro, so I hope they don't try like, I just don't want them to not care about it no more, you know what I'm saying? And just start, like, "It's ending anyways, none of this stuff is gonna matter, let's just throw a bunch of people in here, make a movie, and just call it quits." If we're going to do this, I want it to be I want it to be honorable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
And
want
well
it to
rounded.
yes, yes, like, there were some bumps in the road, Marvel, but let's honor the good that came from this run. If we just span it out from all of Marvel's, like, movies and TV shows, it wasn't all bad, bro. You can't say it
Yeah.
was all bad. There were definitely some some bad things, but it wasn't
She-Hulk.
like, oh my gosh, bro. They should have never even made bro, Scar, you gonna
Oh
push
my
my
God.
bruh,
Scar's design,
bro,
bro.
you gonna push my boy back to the meat, bro? You pushed him back to the like, what, bro? And then, like, the fact that dude just this is my son Scar. Smart Hulk was way over. Bro,
Yeah.
people don't even people who have comic book knowledge don't talk about Smart Hulk. And then Megan Thee Stallion, why is she Hulk twerking with Megan
Oh,
Thee Stallion?
dude. Don't
Why,
remind me, bro.
bro? And when I seen that, I almost just didn't watch it. I almost was just
Yeah.
like, I'm not even gonna like waste my time with it. I've never read She-Hulk except for Stephanie Phillips, but I liked the idea of the character in the series. Do I like the series? Nope. Or even in Old School Hulk, the
Mhm.
animated series, like she was super dope in that. I really liked her in that. But I don't know, man. Marvel, I feel like Marvel's coming back. Can we say Marvel's coming back or is it too early?
Say it's a little early.
Okay.
I would wait till Doomsday because I trust the Russo brothers. I in the Russo brothers, we trust. They haven't done they've produced the best sources of media for the MCU, like Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame. Probably arguably the best stuff they've come out with, period. I I trust them, but there's a lot riding on these 2 movies,
Yeah, dude.
and if they flop, I don't know if they'll even go forward with the reboot. Maybe they'll just
Yeah,
be
bro.
done.
Yeah. They might even if it, the worst case scenario is that they flop and then the first movie for the reboot flops. That's the worst case scenario because then it's like it's really over. You guys don't know what you're
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
You don't know what you're doing. You messed up on the last 2 of your last run, and then you mess up on the first movie or TV show, whatever way they go about it, you mess up on that. But it all starts in the comic books, bro. So I feel like if they do justice with Armageddon, they do justice with the new Iron Man run.
Well, I'm hyped for that, actually. I forgot
Yeah,
about
bro,
that.
I'm super hyped for that. But bro, they have to be rebooting because Captain America just had his last issue, number 5, right?
That's the last issue?
I think that's the last issue.
Interesting.
I think that's the last issue. Let's see. Let's check Comic Geeks and see what they have to
If
say.
it is, then I gotta catch up because I've only read the first 2 issues.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah,
You
I'm
gotta
sleeping.
read that, bro.
I'm sleeping.
You gotta read that. Okay, no. There's 2 more. There's 2 more.
Okay.
And number 5 is out right now. So,
Yeah. I
and
have them. I just gotta read them.
issue 6 comes out January 21st and issue 7 comes out February 18th. Which uh, when does Armageddon come out?
I think it's June, but then I know there's a Wolverine run,
Yeah,
or
which you
it
need
might
to
be a
get
one
that.
shot.
You need to get that because I
I
think
will be getting that.
yeah, that's gonna set up Armageddon.
Yep. It's like Weapons of Armageddon or
Yes,
something. He's
yes,
got
yes, yes,
Cap's
yes.
shield.
Yes, bro. So that's why you gotta read Captain America, bro.
That sounds dope,
Dude,
dude.
it sounds
That sounds really dope.
bro, yeah. Because adamantium claws and a vibranium
Vibranium
shield.
shield.
What are you gonna
Nothing's
do
getting
with this
through this
dude?
man.
What are you gonna do with this guy, bro? What are you gonna do with this guy?
I better see some aura farming moments in that
Oh,
book.
bro. Oh, bro. I feel like it's gonna be dope. I can't wait to read it. I'm a Wolverine fan, but I don't know, bro. I feel like when they write Wolverine, it's just the same, like, gritty.
The same tropes,
Yeah, bro. And you kind of got to be in that mood to read that now.
for
Like,
sure.
you can't just like, it's predictable. Oh, I know he's
Yeah.
gonna cut this dude's head off. Like, that's what he does. That's what he does. But no, Spidey, I think I took enough of your time. I appreciate you for coming in for episode 2 of Comfortable Nerds. I hope you were comfortable. I feel like we had some good
Hey,
conversation.
this is really fun.
Yeah, bro. We'll have to have you back on, bro. We'll
All
have
right,
to have
bet.
you back on for sure, bro. Everybody,
Thank you. Thank you,
y'all have a
everybody,
nice
for
day.
allowing me to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go follow Spidey on all socials. Go ahead, give him your socials one last time, Spidey.
Spidey collects. Spidey with the Y underscore collects, both on Instagram and TikTok.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace, guys.
Brother.